Okay, so have shared the screen you can see, and okay, we will just continue. So this was one of my games, which I played in a closed event, and I mean the opening part is not so important, but I just wanted to show you this about the time pressure thing here. So let's just say, yeah, this is like move number 16 or something, okay?
Yeah.
And I am already like let's say around 30 to 40 minutes ahead in time. Okay, so this is what is the difference between like a very strong player and like someone who is not well adapted to such situations. So if you will see the position, yeah, you can see the computer's evaluation is pretty equal here, which is kind of true. I mean, I don't see any advantage for white currently in this position. But because of this time difference, yeah, which is kind of huge right now, um my opponent started already playing some like small mistakes, you can say, and we end up having a position like this where it's only white who is trying for a win. Like black somehow managed to like make his position very passive, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was the critical position. So here I would actually ask you to basically start thinking. I mean, what sort of approach White should have here, and how much time do you think White should spend before committing anything in this position? So just to tell you, White had like 30-35 minutes in this position, and black has 1.5 minutes in this position remaining, and in every move we get like 30 seconds increment.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Mm.
Hey, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard me back there. So we're critical thinking. We only have like 30 seconds to move on each position, and so I have to move here.
It's the other way around, Kevin. I mean, white has 35 minutes in this position, and black has only 1.5 minutes left, and we both have like 30 seconds increment with every move.
Gotcha.
So how would you react? Like, how do you think white should react in this position?
Gotcha.
Well, I'd say that given that I'm not finding any kind of immediate sacrifice or any kind of crazy thing that's working right away, I would just retreat the rook. My rook is under attack. I need to move my rook, so I'd just play something like rook, probably e2.
Rook e2. Okay, so this is one option for sure. Okay, we'll wait for Kevin a bit.
There is a second option that I see now also.
Okay.
Also try rook c6 or something like that, but never mind. Just kidding. Rook c6. I'm losing a rook.
Still lagging.
Now that I see this option, I would probably go with rook e1 instead.
Yeah,
Keep the option of rook c6 open.
Okay.
Candidate moves Rookie one. I was actually looking at rook f3. Exchange sack.
F3?
Yeah.
But you want to sacrifice your rook?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That's strange.
Idea is to play rook or bishop d3 afterwards.
Okay.
But that doesn't quite work. So rook e1's probably the safest.
Okay. So looking at the clock, yeah, in this position, I think most people will play rook e1 in this position without even thinking.
Right.
Which is not I mean, it's not a bad decision. I mean, probably in any other day, if I was also out of form or something, I would just say that if I have 30 extra minutes or 35 extra minutes and we don't have any time control, like there is no additional 40 moves or 30 minutes after the end of 40 moves, I would also probably just go rook e1 and
I,
probably retain all my advantage, yeah, in the position as well.
I get
And
the idea now. I know what you did.
mhm.
I got it. You're gonna keep your opponent under a lot of pressure. You're gonna play rook e6 followed by bishop d3 just to maintain pressure
Yes,
on
so
the knight.
basically that's exactly what I did. Of course, not just intuitively. I spent like let's say around 10 to 15 minutes basically calculating the candidate moves and the options that I have or that my opponent has after rook e6. So I actually went rook e6 and played bishop d3. So I have a simple idea of just playing queen c2 here.
I
Yeah.
called it. I called it.
Okay, so which looked very obvious to me, but I knew that my opponent, since he's under time pressure, yeah, he is not going to look for any defenses, which is a very common characteristics of the side who is under pressure. They never want to defend; they always want to counterattack,
Yeah.
especially when they're under time pressure. When they're not under time pressure, they will try to find the best defensive resources, as much as possible. But if they're under time pressure, they will look for counterattack. So I knew that there are two counterattacking moves. One is rook e4, basically giving up the material, and the other one is knight h4. Now, knight h4 doesn't make any sense because the queen is protected and this square is protected. Yeah, so I'll just pick up the queen. So there is nothing which black gets. So that means rook e4 is the only move, and I predicted correctly. He actually went rook e4. Now I had the decision to make that should I take bishop e4 or should I still try to win the piece by f3? So this was the only decision I had to make about which I was calculating as well. So if I play f3, I again have to take care of two moves. Yeah, one is of course something like rook f4, which is possible in this position, and something like knight g3, which is also possible in this position, and rook d4 as well. So this is where the advantage which I had in time came into action. Yeah, like I really have a lot of time to figure everything out properly. So I would say that this pause which I took in this position, yeah, instead of just playing rook e1, the pause which I took was actually very helpful for me. And
Mm.
my opponent obviously isn't expecting anything like this. So it's not like he can even calculate some of the defensive resources which he might have had in this position. He's actually just waiting for me to make a move.
Yeah.
So taking that as an advantage, I just saw that if I play f3, I mean, this was just my calculation. So I knew rook f4 is the only move. Knight g3 does not work. I take fe4, knight e4, discovery check or attack or something. But here I just felt that I have this move, king h2.
Huh. Yeah. Wow.
And using this pin, everything else is defended. Next move, I'm going to take the knight. I'll be up a piece and should be winning for me easily. Yeah.
Solidify.
So this was the first thing that I saw, and I obviously knew that if he takes something like this, I have bishop c4 check and rook g3, which is again pointless, and he does not have any good discoveries with the knight. So this was pretty okay for me. So I just knew that all I have to do is calculate rook f4 because rook d4 is just losing bishop f5, rook d2, bishop g6, and two bishops here for the rook. Black can resign as quickly as possible because something like this is going to happen.
Mhm.
So only move was rook f4, about which I was worried, and rook f4, queen f4, queen g3, and this was the end game that I have to evaluate. So basically, I mean, most likely I feel that I would have played king f2, h4, and bishop g6. Looks winning, yeah, you can say.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous for black here.
It's very dangerous for black here. And like, okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna play rook e3. He has to go back rook b8. I will play rook e6. He has to go rook c8, and black is in a fix. Like black cannot do anything on his own. White should be much better in this position. So once I secured this move f3 with me, I switched back to bishop e4 because I can obviously take, yeah, in this position as well. So here I started out calculating the most obvious line, d5. And this is where I used his time pressure to my advantage because again I knew that if somebody is facing this move d5, he will again go for the most counter-attacking moves instead of just defending. So obviously black should have played cd5, queen d5, and played this end game basically, which is losing for black. I'm not saying that black is winning or something. It's definitely a bad position. Um, but he went for knight h4. And this is where people miss moves actually. So black has a very quick calculation in this position. So black expected d6, rook b8, d7, rook d8, bishop c7, which is pretty forcing. And he has only calculated this line where takes, takes, and I will pick up the rook. Black goes queen b1 check, check, and he has queen f1. So you can see the funny details here of this position now. Like suddenly white is losing here. There's just no defense. But what he missed was after rook f3, ef3, before taking this rook, I have queen a2.
Wow.
So just stop queen b1. And now when he goes king h7, I take. So he tries to use that extra move. And you can see queen f1 is not possible because of queen h5. And queen e2 threatening to take this is met with bishop b6.
Oh, that's flashy.
So now it's just completely lost for him.
I like that move.
So because if he takes bishop a b6, there is queen h5 check and check.
Yeah. Oh, I'm live, aren't I? I thought you guys couldn't hear me. Sorry.
No, so this is actually kind of interesting that I got this, and it's I mean, I'm actually pretty good in this position, so I just went for this variation, and it proved very nice because this pause at the right moment was pretty interesting. So this is probably exactly what Rafi is talking about. Yeah, like when I gave him this position and knowing his style as well, he will first consider playing rook e2, rook e1, and positionally just keeping everything sorted. And at the same time, white has all the positional advantages like double bishop, weaknesses, and white is probably winning in this position as well. But rook e6 gives more pressure, yeah, to your opponent, and under time pressure, he has to find all these small details.
All right. Well, I mean, you're winning the light squares, right? With the bishop is how I looked at it.
Yes, exactly. So now it's completely losing for black, and I don't think black has even anything to like play for. It's very difficult, to be honest, to play as black after bishop d3. So when I was, I'll just show you the engine evaluation here. In this particular position, you can see the computer also had a big doubt between rook e6 or rook e1. Eventually, it fixes upon rook e6. So why my calculations were also correct in this position. So this is just one of the examples which I can say that I had learned over the period of time, to take a pause at the right moment. Because this is actually a critical position, because rook e6 is forcing in nature, which makes sure that black has to find so many right defenses if something exists. And if you play rook e1, the thing is you will be better, but black will play something like bishop d7 in this position. And few things are getting exchanged, So whenever we see opponent is under time pressure, we really don't want few things to be exchanged. Like we basically want the pressure to be always on black, yeah?
So how would you define critical positions where moments of exchange sacrifices can happen, or what in your mind
So critical
makes it
position is basically, Kevin, defined as you have to make a decision which changes the characteristic of the position. Like in this position, if I ask you, what are white's advantages? Yeah, you can say that double bishop, weaknesses on some pawns, and that's pretty much it, right?
okay?
But I don't think you can ever tell me that in this particular position, the knight on f5 is a weakness, right?
Right.
But the moment I make this decision, yeah, like you can see the characteristic of the position changed completely. Now, all these things that we were considering to be important, yeah, these weaknesses and all, they don't matter right now. But only this thing matters. So that's what makes it a critical position. Because you have the chance to actually change the nature of the position.
Okay.
So that is how we define a critical position.
Gotcha. I just wasn't if there was any other criteria of like
I
pawn
mean,
structure changes, like changing from an opening to close game, or
yes.
exchange sac-
Obviously, I mean, that's when we go a bit deeper into the definition. Yeah. Then there will be some, like you can say, I mean, let's say you are changing the pawn structure. Yes, that's critical position for sure. You are changing the material imbalance. Yeah. Like let's just say in this position, somehow if I decide to exchange these two bishops for somehow, I mean, hypothetically speaking, then it means that white wants to play bishop against the knight. Yeah. So
Right.
that's a critical position because I am giving up something to get something else.
Okay. Sorry, that's a dumb question. I just wanted to
No,
hear.
no, no. It's actually a very important question. I mean, most of the players. Um, I mean, this is again something which you guys must have come across that I had a better position, but I couldn't win. Yeah, this is a common phrase which a lot of players
Oh
use.
yeah,
So
totally.
this is actually because we always fail to identify the critical positions and what to do, when to do. That these are the things we miss. So definitely, yeah. I mean, this is actually not a dumb question. It's a very genuine question, I would say.
Like I usually on my notation pad, like I'll circle um the move. If you look at my book, I can show Rafi next time, but I'll circle the number where I think it's a critical position because I'm not sure.
Mhm.
It's positions where I stop to think because I think it's a critical position, and I'm just not sure what to do, or I take extra time.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes, this is.
I'm almost thinking I'm taking too many of those,
Mhm.
and I should be relying more on my intuition, um, and trusting more on myself instead of
Mhm.
instead of taking so much time. If that makes
Yes, so many players actually follow this practice. They usually mark the moment in their score sheet where they think they have taken up the maximum number of minutes. Uh, or let's just say that they think this is the position where they are making a move without being very sure of the outcome. So they
right.
don't know if they're choosing the right move or not, just like they didn't
Exactly.
find anything. So anyway, decided to go with something. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's a method which a lot of players follow to mark the critical position as well, according to them at least.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so this is again something. But yes, this is actually a very good example of what Rafi just told. He is not wasting so much time in deciding the most obvious things.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, that's for sure. I actually do have one more example, again, based on this thing. I'll just quickly show it to you guys.
It's funny because like Rafi and I are sharing the same problem. I feel like Rafi's ahead of where I'm at. You know, he's he's been back longer than I have, and I'm just now feeling the pain since he's already felt. If that
Mhm.
makes sense, right,
Yeah,
Rafi?
no, I think
Yeah.
Kevin, every player has this issue,
Yeah,
so it's pretty obvious. But okay, let's just try and get to this position.
sure.
So it's white to play. Oh, such a simple position. What should white do here?
Uh, I would try and take control over the dark squares as white, or fight for the dark squares. So maybe bishop d6.
Okay, bishop d6 is one option. We'll wait for Rafi. And in the meantime, Kevin, you can think after bishop d6, like black has the most only move you can say, queen e8, the most obvious move as well. So what to do next after that?
Oh, okay. Do you want me to say it or just wait?
You can tell, you can wait. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll wait. I guess I'm not sure. I think c5 or
Mhm. So basically, your plan is to positionally secure the bishop on d6, yeah?
that, yeah, or yeah, maybe queen h6 after that.
Okay, so you have some
Just
plans with the
just
bishop on
fighting,
d6.
somehow fighting for the dark squares. Oh, my baby just came in here. 1 second. Hey, Malcolm, what you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm gonna mute myself. Sorry.
So what happens if I just try to win a piece, like bishop c7?
Okay. So win the exchange, basically, yeah?
Yeah,
Sorry, guys, I just have to take the call. 1 second, please.
sure.
Yeah, bishop c7 is good too. I like that.
Hello?
Come on, Malcolm. Hey, Rafi.
Yeah, Kevin.
So bishop c7, rook c8, and you're gonna do queen d7. What about rook takes c7? What was your next move? Just wondering.
Hmm.
There's also rook or bishop a4. But neither one of us said to. It's also applying pressure.
Couldn't he
But
take the bishop?
yeah, I think you can just take though, right? Because we don't have enough. We don't have enough pressure on the back ring yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really even think about this rook c7 thing. Wow, that's interesting. Very obvious move. I don't know why I didn't see that.
My kid really wants to see me, so he keeps running in here.
Huh?
I had radiation today, and it makes me really physically tired after radiation. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
so from like 4 to 6, I went to sleep, and then he gets home at 5. So he's been
Gotcha.
running, and I just ate. So he's been running in here wanting to see me. I haven't actually gone up there to see him yet. So after this, I would have to go spend time and talk to him for a bit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure, man.
Anyway,
How did it go?
oh, the radiation went well. Yeah,
Gotcha.
they got Monday was a hard day because they had to fit me right, and that took an hour.
Mhm.
And that was physically challenging and a lot of pain as they adjusted me to a cast. But since
Mhm.
they've done that, now they can do it in 10 minutes or so, and I take off my shirt and plop down on the table, and they just radiate my arm real quick, and I'm done. I'm literally in and out in 15 minutes, so it's real quick. So now it's easy. It's just I have to do 8 more days of it.
Got it. This is just like is it more like something that's a
Think of a
cure or
laser.
more like containing it?
Uh, think of a think of like black spots on a bone, and then a laser beam, and they just burn those spots away with laser beam.
Mm,
And so it's not really a cure. It just nukes those spots out away from my bone, so they don't cause any more
right.
pain.
Uh,
Because
I see.
I have like this something going on this it's like chromium something. I know I should being doctor. You might be able to say the term, but there's a chromium something, which is like a kind of a hook on your shoulder, where
Mm-hmm.
a tendon like the equivalent of your ACL on your shoulder is,
Mm-hmm.
that like a lot of football players will blow out, and that's where the spot is. So it's like hurting this whole tendon in my shoulder, so it feels like my rotator cuff is blown out, or I can't use it. So
Oh,
I can't like stretch out my arm and stuff. That's why I've been in so much pain lately.
dang, man. Sorry to hear about that.
Luckily
Unfortunate.
too. Yeah, luckily it's an easy fix with just radiation.
Right. Okay.
So I
So
just
they basically, the radiation you said like burns that spot
yeah,
away. Is the spot like a cancerous spot?
yeah, exactly. It's they've known been a spot for a while. They just don't know why it's suddenly hurting. But yeah, it's been a cancer spot for a while. So it's just a little bitty spot that you can see on a MRI, and it's very accurate. So it just boop zaps it, and then they're done.
Mm,
And they'll do a scan after to make sure um, everything's gone and everything looks right afterwards. So in December 28th, I have a CT for that.
gotcha.
But yeah, it's just 10 days. What sucks is I have to skip the weekend, so it takes a while.
You had to skip the weekend. What does that mean?
They're not open on the weekends, so
Oh, okay, okay.
5
Gotcha.
work days, and then 5 work days.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw you mentioned something about the insurance company not giving you the clearance to get that treatment
Yeah,
for like a week or something like that. Just
yeah.
extremely
I've already known about it for
unfortunate.
10 days, so I've been dealing
Hmm.
with it for a while. But
Mm,
finally it's happening. Finally.
mm. Good.
Yeah.
Good man.
Anyway,
Yeah, man. Stay with it. Stay strong. You're doing great. I mean, like I said last time, if you can sit there for like 10 hours to play these grueling games of chess, I mean, you're, mentally very strong, obviously. So keep that up. Chess is definitely not easy. I mean, I don't even have the energy like to do that 2 days back to back like that.
painkillers help. I'll just put it
Yeah.
that way. If you watch me during a tournament, I was every game I was sneaking away in a tournament room just to getting a glass of water and popping pills just to be able to
Mm,
play.
I see.
It was rough, but
Mm,
oh well. After the shoulder scared, generally I've had one or two of these happen a year. So last year
mm,
I had one behind my skull, the C1 vertebrae, where the skull meets the spine basically. And it
mm-hmm.
was like right behind my ear. It was a horrible, horrible pain. It was like it was the spot was touching a nerve,
Mm,
and that radiation blew that one away. I've had a
mm,
lot of radiation actually.
gotcha.
Anyway, I could talk about it for hours, so I'll stop talking about it.
No, it's good, man. Appreciate you sharing. I didn't really understand how that radiation thing exactly works, but it's good to know that it's basically like using a laser to burn away certain things, essentially
Yeah,
is what it is.
it looks like have you had a CT scan?
No.
Oh, okay, so what that looks like is they put you on a table, and then the table goes inside a machine that circles around you,
Mm-hmm.
and the radiation table is basically exactly the same thing,
Mm,
where it puts you on a table, and then the table inserts into a round
mm-hmm.
machine, and then the machine rolls around, and then it'll like find the areas where they marked, and then
Mm,
just zap, zap. You don't even feel it. You just know it's happening.
I
Hey guys,
see.
sorry about it. Yeah, please tell me. So what did you guys come up with?
Oh, uh, I'll let Rafi take over.
Well, I came up with the bishop c7, but Kevin showed me that after that, rook c8, queen d7, there's rook c7, which I'd missed.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I see that, I may have to think about it a little bit more.
Okay. Let me just make it a bit easy for you. So, if you remember, Kevin came up with bishop d6, right?
Hmm.
For some reason, we missed that bishop c7 can be still threatened.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually winning completely, yeah?
Right.
We just win the exchange right now. So Kevin, you don't have to actually play c5 or queen h6, anything like that. Just bishop c7 wins here.
So close.
Okay, but just wanted to tell you, so white, I mean, bishop c7 anyway was played in the game, so rook c8 came, and the position which Kevin was probably looking at did happen over the board. So
Yeah.
something like this was played in the game. And
Yeah.
I just want to get you to the critical position situation now, about which we were talking. Yeah? So you can see the position is very, like, very complicated, and some moves are going on, like here, there, here, there. And this was the point. So you can see not much has changed in the position, right, so far. But here, White decided to make a move which actually changed the whole characteristics of the game. Like right now, so far, you could see that the whole game was going on this side. Yeah, like everything, whatever was happening, was so much focused on the queen side. So in this particular position, White played f5.
Mhm. Opening the diagonals with the queen.
So just opening up of the queen, opening up of the g file as well, because black cannot take with the e pawn, obviously. So when so many things are happening, this particular position, prior to f5, can actually be called as the critical position here, because right now white has a chance to play the move f5, which suddenly changes the whole characteristics of the game. Because till this moment, like whatever moves were being played, there were no signs of any king side attack. Yeah, it was all going on the queen side.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like black's
Yeah.
position is
So
paralyzed on the queen side too.
So the time when we go f5, like the time when we play f5 in this position, this is known as the critical position. Of course, this has to be supported with calculations, but this is what a critical position looks like. Here, if you continue with your normal queenside plan, yeah, let's like say just a3, or if you make some move h3, these are not changing the characteristic of the position so much, and the position still remains the same. But if you make any changes in the position, which is, you can say, irreversible, that will be known as a critical position. Like for example, after f5, g f5, this structure cannot be changed yet further. So this will be a
Right.
critical position. So, I mean, we will not go very deep into the game. Like white actually played rook d3, rook g3, and won the game quite easily. But this is how a critical position looks like. The ability to find f5, basically.
So if white black took with the e pawn, would he have lost on the spot?
Yeah. Rook e8 is a forced checkmate, yeah.
Oh, right.
There is nothing left here.
Yeah. And ignoring it and
Ignore
defending
it.
e6.
Yeah, you cannot defend e6. That's the point. Like bishop d5, there is still rook d5.
Yeah.
So there is pretty much no moves to defend. e5, I mean, I'm going to take, and just take a pawn, free pawn.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work as well. So basically, as I said, yeah, after f5, the position is bound to change. I mean, it doesn't matter good or bad for anybody. The moment it's like an irreversible change, it's a critical position.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, Kevin, this is slightly more clearer to you, yeah? Like the definition at least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And many, I mean, in many books, they actually just mention critical position, but the definition is actually a bit difficult. I mean, more difficult than it seems like.
Right.
So the moment you spot f5, yeah, it completely changes the characteristic of the position, and everything changes, you can say. Okay. So Rafi, is it okay to stop right now? I just know that you have a meeting, you said.
Yeah, I have to drop at 9. Y'all can keep going if you want, or we can end whatever you guys want to do. But I have to drop at 9 o'clock.
It's been an hour, so I'd like to respect your time, Manwish, if it's
No issues. Yeah, we can just stop here and resume the next time. I will be also prepared with your games, Kevin, that time.
okay. No worries. Yeah, thank you. Take your time with it. I really
Sure.
appreciate you looking at them at all.
Yeah,
So
no issues. I mean, it's something Rafi and I usually do after the tournament, so it's no problem.
thank you for
Yeah.
taking time with it.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. Look forward to it, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And Rafi, I'll be sharing the recordings as well.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Anvesh.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Have a good
Talk
one.
soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.